Let's grab a bit of sea purslane as a garnish. It's naturally salty.
You know we're hungry, Fergus.
OK, who's first up for the mushrooms?
Yes, please, Fergus.
Whoa,
Whee!
fantastic.
Watch the pine needle.
Oh, it smells lovely.
I'm sure that was fun.
Oh.
So how have you felt about the day? Has it all been worth it?
Do you know, Fergus?
Yeah.
Whenever I have vegetables, I have to have meat because it's not right otherwise.
Yeah.
But tasting all these different mushrooms, I don't need meat with these mushrooms.
Yeah. So Wendy, apart from the singed eyebrows, how did you feel about the day?
I found the day really, really nice. It was really great. On a practical basis, working full-time, looking after the family, it's more likely to be a special occasion thing to go out
Yeah.
rather than a regular, and it's able to replace your going to the supermarket.
If you do this once, then you do it twice. It's if you find something important enough and enjoy it enough, you make that time. So you find that you are making adjustments in your lifestyle so you free up time so you can come and do these things. That's what I found in my own life. Jeanette, how did you find it today?
When we were lying down in the woods, it was lovely. I didn't think about work, housework, children, anything. It was just so peaceful and relaxing.
It makes it so more magical for me to take people out that don't normally do it, and just to hear those really fantastic positive reactions. It just re-infuses me, reminds me of why I do it. And a final toast to our day.
Wow!
Slow gin.
To Fergus.
To you all.
Back at the Fleur, Rob's getting anxious about the feast. There's still no meat for the main course.
Don't really know what I'm going to be cooking, really.
Yeah.
It's all like in our... We could be cooking this, we could be cooking that. All the ideas are thrown, but it's a case of we won't know until Sunday morning.
We really don't know, certainly in terms of the wild meats, because we want to find them as fresh as possible, what we are going to find that day or the day before. So that's going to be the real
That's the big thing for me, which makes it so much of a challenge for me.
At the moment, I haven't decided whether this is an exciting prospect or a completely nerve-wracking prospect.
I think it's a bit of both, really.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
With just 3 days to go till the roadkill feast, Fergus starts looking for his wild ingredients and heads out in search of some wild meat.
At the moment, I have nothing. So yeah, we really are up against it. No. This rabbit has sustained so much damage on impact that all the bones are cracked, and also the probably internal organs and the guts have split, kind of contaminating the meat and making it very difficult to use. So I'll just be putting it in the by the side of the road. Its intestines are fermenting, so it's kind of puffed up a bit. No. Put you in there. All right, oh, there's a... Oh, I just seen a rat. But I don't know, I don't fancy rats. One thing about road killers, I like challenging people's taboos, but some taboos I think, yeah, let's just stick with them. But if it gets desperate, you never know. So are you doing anything this Sunday? I'm cooking a massive wild food feast.
Despite no roadkill, Fergus presses on.
I'm cooking up a wild food feast. And I would love it if you came along.
Rather fun.
It's free.
Really?
It's free.
In a last-ditch effort to find some roadkill, Fergus pulls in a favour from Rob's mate Andy, who maintains all the local roads.
Yeah, we are on the road quite early in the morning, so any sort of like roadkills are very fresh and nothing really wrong with them. And I also pass it on to some of my friends as well, so they look out for it as well.
Fantastic.
So it'd be
Just
quite
a whole posse of people.
Yeah, be well covered throughout this area, really.
Meanwhile, he starts foraging for the other ingredients. with the help of some of his newly acquired friends. Watercress from the local river. Mushrooms, including the giant puffball. Blackberries. Wild plums. Wild rocket. Wild spinach. Stinging nettles.
Seeing as I'm cooking for other people, I just go that extra mile and make it a bit cleaner.
And his favourite, seaweed. And then there's a stroke of luck on the meat front. Rob's mates have delivered some pheasants, rabbits, and even a badger. It's Fergus's 35th birthday, and in just 10 hours' time, he'll be holding his feast.
It's one thing being out on the street talking about wild food and trying to get people enthusiastic enough to come to a dinner. It's very easy for them to say, yes, you know, that's wonderful, we'll come along to the dinner, and then not actually turn up.
But before Fergus can serve any of the roadkill to members of the public, he wants a meat inspector to look at it.
Hello.
Frank.
Frank.
Yep.
Come in. We have a pheasant, got 4 rabbits, and finally, a friend of mine found this badger today.
So, have you actually eaten badger before?
Yeah, I've eaten badger several times.
I mean, we certainly have a TB problem in this country with the badgers.
Yeah.
You know, you don't actually know how these have died, or in some cases when they've died, whether they've been contaminated. There is a major doubt that these are actually healthy, and there is a risk to anybody collecting them that they are going to pick up one of these nasty diseases for the want of a bit of meat.
So, badger's off the menu, but what about the rest?
There is still a risk, and I would still say it's unfit, but if you choose to eat it, that's your choice.
Right.
And that would be your guest's choice. My opinion is I wouldn't eat it, but then again, you know, that is a personal choice.
Okay.
Fergus decides it's a risk worth taking, and in just 3 hours' time, he'll be serving roadkill rabbit and pheasant for up to 30 guests. As far as he's aware, it's the first time the British public have been served up wild food and roadkill on such a scale.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Fergus. Happy birthday.
Thanks very much. It's a great birthday, actually, because I got my favourite mushroom today.
Fantastic.
Horn of Plenty.
All the plenty.
And there was plenty of it, hence the name.
Right, let's go. Dave, can you make up a bit of veg stock, please, about 1 litre?
We've never had anything like this in here before at all, so it's all quite exciting and all new, and it should be good fun.
Go there.
Do I look stressed? I am stressed.
That off.
All this stress, trying to get things done in time. People better bloody well come.
Fergus has invited a mix of the pub's regulars and people he's met during his time in Sandwich.
I've never eaten anything like, well, what I can imagine he's going to cook.
I suppose the underlying trend is just knowing, you know, what he's cooking is really fit for human consumption, really, you know. You know, I've had food poisoning in the past, and I suppose that always bears in the back of your mind.
This is wild spinach, CB, mallow, onion, garlic, some dill.
Do you need the rest of this dill?
Some mint and some wild chervil.
I've got to say one thing.
Yep.
I could never have you working full-time in this kitchen because you are one messy chef, man. Everywhere you've worked, there's a trail.
I just don't like the idea of something that's been squashed on the road.
It's not horse, is it? Don't give me horse. For God's sake, don't give me horse.
Not many horses get killed